A forest of vanity and valor. You know, it really makes you think about the choices we make, doesn't it? Today, let's step into a world that's all about ambition, duty, and some truly devastating choices.
Okay, so our story unfolds in this kingdom called Levanthria. And right away, you need to know this is a land that's really feeling the strain of war. We're going to zoom in on its heart, the capital city, Ascala. And this place, well, it's where the lives of the rich, the poor, the powerful, and the truly desperate are all tangled up together. It's like this incredibly fragile but also very dangerous tapestry. So let's talk about the two men at the center of this story. Two men, one city. It's a classic setup, right? A story of ambition and duty, and they are absolutely on a collision course.
All right, so let's meet our two main players, the collector and the steward. First up, we've got Vireo. This guy lives in a pretty lavish manner, and his job is basically to collect coin for the crown. He's got these two enforcers, Lek and Gillum, who help him get it done. And let's be clear, Vireo is all about personal gain. He wants what he wants, and he's not sorry about it. Then on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have Jerub. He's the steward, governing from the castle, and his job? To enforce the king's incredibly harsh taxes that are fueling a war nobody thinks they can win. You can just feel this man is absolutely burdened by his duty and the suffering of his people.
Jerub himself puts it best. There is no greater pain than having to follow actions that go against every fiber in one's being. Wow. I mean, that really gets to the core of his turmoil, doesn't it? He's completely trapped. He feels for his people, he really does. But his job forces him to be the one causing them pain. You just get this sense that this internal conflict is absolutely eating him alive.
And what about Vireo? Well, others have a very different take on him. The alchemist Jordel tells him flat out, "You are a vain man who will always put yourself before others." And you can see why, right? From the outside, Vireo looks like pure vanity, living in luxury while people are starving. But if you look at it from his point of view, it's really more about self-preservation. He sees himself as a realist, just doing what he has to do to survive and maintain the life he thinks he's entitled to.
All right, the weight of war. This really is a desperate plea from a distant king. And make no mistake, this war isn't just background noise. It is the pressure cooker that's squeezing every single person in this story.
So things were already bad, but then the pressure just skyrockets. Jarab gets this absolutely dire message from the king. And it's not just that they're losing. The enemy army is using magic. So the king's demands get, well, they get desperate. He needs more supplies, more troops, higher taxes. But then there's this one last order that changes everything. Conscript all known mages. And you have to understand, mages have been outlawed and hunted for generations. This is a massive, game-changing command.
Next up, a dangerous discovery. It's about how one collector finds a whole lot more than just coin, and the timing here is just incredible. Right as Jerub gets this impossible command, Vireo's life takes this fateful turn.
So get this, Vireo and his crew are on a collection, and it gets pretty violent. They're shaking down this desperate mage who has absolutely nothing left to give, and that's when they find it. Not money, but something hidden away, a rare leather-bound spellbook. Now think about this. In a kingdom where magic is illegal but is also suddenly the only thing that might save them, this book is a priceless asset, but it is also one of the most dangerous things you could possibly have.
Okay, so we've got the political drama, the war, the magic, but that's really only half the story. The real catalyst for this whole tragedy is much more personal. It's a secret, a promise, a love that honestly is going to burn the whole kingdom down.
Okay, so here's the secret. Remember Vireo, the guy who takes what he wants? Well, he's secretly involved with a woman named Alana. And Alana, well, she's not just anyone. She's Jareb's wife. Yep, the wife of the steward. And if that wasn't bad enough, she's also the king's own niece. So their affair isn't just an affair. It's a lit fuse in a city that's already a powder keg.
That's what Alana says. She's so desperate for a different life that she makes this incredibly reckless proposition. And Vireo, caught up in the moment, agrees. They're going to run. They're going to leave it all behind. It's a plan that, let's be honest, has almost zero chance of working out.
And this is where it all comes to a head. The steward's fury, a mind and a city on the brink of collapse. Everything we've been talking about, the war, Jerub's inner torment, that secret affair, it's all about to just erupt.
So, as their escape plan kicks off, Jerub is sleeping, or trying to. And he's woken up by this strange, hissing voice in his head. It's whispering, "Wake up! Lady Alana makes to run away. She makes to leave with Vireo. Find them!" It's this voice that no one else can hear, and it confirms his absolute worst fears. It just pushes his already fragile mind right over the edge into pure, vengeful madness.
And just like that, the escape falls apart. It happens so fast. Vireo makes it over the castle wall. He gets to Alana, but then they're spotted running through the courtyard. Alana stumbles. Guards swarm Vireo. He tries to fight, but he's overwhelmed. And then Jarave arrives, and the look on his face is just pure, contorted rage.
What happens next is it's pure madness. Jarab, in his rage, comes up with this unbelievably cruel game. He knows Vireo's a master archer, maybe the best in the kingdom, so he forces him into this twisted test. He places Alana, the woman Vireo loves, in front of the target. And the deal is this: hit the target 3 times, and you both win your freedom.
So for the first shot, Vireo gets to use his own prized bow. This is a weapon he knows, something he trusts completely. He takes a breath, he aims, and he lands it. A perfect shot. And for just a split second you think, maybe they'll make it out of this. But of course, Jarab isn't playing fair. He snatches Vireo's bow away. For the second shot, he forces him to use a foreign, unfamiliar weapon. And just like that, Vireo's confidence is gone. It just shatters. His hands start to shake. He shoots. The arrow hits the target, but it grazes Alana's arm. And now there's blood. The horror of the whole situation just ramps up another 10 notches. And now, the final arrow. Vireo's hands are trembling uncontrollably. He can barely hold the bow steady. And in that moment, Oana looks right at him. And with everything on the line, she says just 3 words to him. "I love you." And the arrow flies. It misses the target. The final arrow strikes Alana directly in the chest. And she dies. Just like that, the game is over. And Vireo has killed the woman he loves. So in the tragic aftermath, we're left to see what happens next. In the chaos of that moment, the lives of both men are just shattered, irrevocably broken, and it sends both of them spiraling down dark, violent new paths. Vireo, completely broken by grief, is dragged away by his companions, Lek and Gillam. They help him flee the city, and he runs. He runs for the one place no one would ever dare to follow him, the cursed forest of Obia. It's a place of dark legends, a place people say you don't come back from. And that really brings this first, absolutely tragic part of the story to a close. And wow, it just leaves us with so much to talk about, right? So here are a few things for us to discuss. First, how much of this tragedy do you think is fate, and how much is just a direct result of the character's own fatal flaws? And after everything that happened, who's the greater villain here? Is it Vireo, or is it Jareb? I'd love to hear your thoughts on why. And finally, what do you think this story is really trying to say about that classic conflict between personal desire and public duty?
Because in the end, a kingdom is teetering on the brink of collapse. 2 men are utterly broken, and a tragic love affair is over, leaving only the scent of honey and the memory of a green cloak.